Hello TNR fans and welcome back to another lap guide here. I'm Mitchell Adams and today I'm going to be showing you the incredibly difficult Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. In my opinion, this is going to be the biggest test and most difficult racetrack for these drivers this season. Again, tonight in the TNR Grand National Series sponsored by Shoe Lawn Service, the Indianapolis road course. I will give you full disclosure, before I show you my laps around this track, I've never raced here in a stock car before. My only experience is one open wheel race. Other than that, it's just some testing here and there. So I am definitely not an expert on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, but I went out, did some practice laps, and I'm going to show you what I found to be the best lane working for me after about 10 minutes of practice. So here we go. Unlike the weeks before this, I'm actually going to start this from inside on the oval, what would be turns 1 and 2. This is going to be heading into some of the final corners on this Indianapolis road course. You're going to see just how demanding a lap around this racetrack is. Very, very slow section, really tough to keep the car under you, and we're just going to kind of crawl through it here, get the tires heated up a little bit, up to second gear into this corner and try to get the throttle down on this corner. But as you can see there, and you definitely will on my time lap too, that last corner it's so difficult to get the throttle down. This long front straightaway, we're gonna get this first little marker sign and we're gonna immediately get onto the brakes, try and slow this car down. And for my purposes in this video, and you might see this in the race too, I'm actually running second gear through here instead of first. You might get a little bit better drive off in first gear, but I found it a lot easier to keep the tires under me while in second gear. But you see just how much I have to work the wheel to keep this car under me. These turns in Indianapolis, very flat all the way around. Stock cars do not like these kinds of corners on road courses. Accelerating here, then you get right off the throttle. Might not shift up to fourth there. I just did instinctively. Missed that corner actually a little bit. You want to get all the way down to this line, and then you want to lay back off the exits of these corners. Try and use all the rumble strip and set yourself up for this corner here, which I missed as well. Try and do better on those lap number 2. Then through here, this is another, again, so difficult to get accelerated up. You see how much I have to work the wheel through there. It's exhausting. And then we get back into familiar territory. This lap, I'm going to first gear through that corner. Definitely going to run first gear through this corner, I think, in the race. Then you be really careful accelerating up to second. Just feather the throttle through here. Try and coax the car through that flat, sweeping corner back onto the front straightaway. That is one lap down. Now going for lap number 2 again, up to fourth gear here. Looking for the first signpost. Hard on the brakes, getting this car slowed up to make the corner. You can use a little bit of that little bit of rumble strip there, but it's very careful. It's almost like a curb. Same thing here, just slowly accelerating. It's so flat, you can't get speeding up too fast or the car's just gonna whip around. You see there how much I had to correct to the left to get that car through this corner here. You're trying to carry so much speed, but it's so difficult to work that car through that little sequence of corners. All the way on the throttle here, and I'm going to stay in third gear off the throttle on the second sign, getting onto the brakes. Again, kind of missed the corner. It actually turned out okay though. And then you just slowly, don't push the car too hard through these corners. It's so easy to lose those rear tires and slide up through that entire section, and then try and force the tires to get gripped up. Try and get it to third gear, but then you got to coast it out because it hates this transition to banking. And then again, hard on the brakes. I'm going to run second gear here on this second lap. You could probably do that, be safer, but again, I like first gear through this corner, super tight. Try and enter higher, exit lower in the corner, and then again, just feather that throttle. You really have to work the car, work the wheel, work the throttle out that final corner. Upshift to third and then fourth, and that is a lap around the Indianapolis road course. A ton of work to wheel this car around this racetrack. And like I had said, full disclosure, I have never run a stock car in a race around this track, only ever tested it. So they could be doing different things with the gearing, different things with their lines through these corners. From my open wheel experience at this track, that's kind of what I've picked up on from this stock car, but expect them to be a lot racier, trying to push these cars a lot more tonight, live on the World Racing Network, 8:05 Eastern. Who is going to come out on top of the treacherous Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course? You have to tune in to find out.